check. Hey. Alrighty, Battle City. We've got Lumis and Umbra going up against Strings, which they are 16th on the table, which is dead last, and they've also got 15th. So the two worst performing duelists are now going up against each other. I think is one of them. I think Strings might be winless. I think Lumis and Umbra have won once. Okay, send you of 1,000 hands. That effect is now useless because Masked Beast has already been drawn and Masked Clown. So, again, like they have so many times, Lumis and Umbra have drawn an absolutely terrible hand. That Mask of Dispel card's not too bad though. If they, that's if Strings plays anything that'll be connected onto. I am anticipating this match not to be that exciting and just not very good in general. So, yes, if you watched the Mako and Yugi match, yes, I did mention that a Rebecca series is coming up straight after this match. I'll do the Duelist Kingdom one for midnight. I'll do this one for 12:30 AM and 1 AM for the Becca series. So they're all half an hour apart. That's for the time zone for Western Australia, which is UTC +8. So yeah, you might need to slot that into Google. Just type in Perth, Western Australia time now, and you'll be able to see the time difference if you want to know exactly when they're all coming out. As we see, Strings has played Yugioh Drakmord, which is an absolute troll card, which will destroy your monsters after 2 turns, and they can't attack while it's equipped to them. Time for comments as well. So yes, I had a lot of requests for Becca to have some duels, which very much so I was keen to have her start as well. I just need to scroll a little bit. A weekend just went by. So well, nothing happening, nothing exciting happening. The most exciting thing about this duel is the potential that Slife of the Sky Dragon might be summoned at some point. As they're just flipping turns for the moment. 3 days, no, I remember them once. I think Nightfang 12, are all these matches pre-recorded or do you live stream? I think I did answer that one, but just again, no, they're pre-recorded, but when you're seeing them, they were recorded like almost immediately just before. So they're released and recorded mostly the same day. It's rare that we pre-record them and then we actually save them and I commentate over them. So I commentate as I'm watching it live, but then there's some post-editing that we do. So we sync. Sometimes the audio is synced with my commentary. Occasionally it goes out of sync. There's little bits and pieces of sound theory as to why that happens with everything rolling at the same time. If you run everything through like a time code or a machine, there's this thing called master clock, and if something on either one of your devices, if everything's following a master clock and one of your devices is having the slightest hissy fit, it will put it out of sync, and it's not difficult to fix, it's just difficult to spot sometimes when it happens. So that's why sometimes I've uploaded one and the vocal hasn't quite been in sync with the video, but most of the time it's not out. So all right, well, it looks like Lumis and Umbra. It looks like they might have the early advantage. They got 3 monsters on the field. Oh, there's Beast King of the Swamps. Yugioh Drakmord is equipped to send you of 1,000 hands. As we see, Spellbinding Circle flipped up, and Beast King of the Swamps now cannot attack. So they're pre-recorded and then released onto YouTube like directly after. Okay. Two days ago, yeah, that sounds about right. All right, there's Bait Doll, and oh, negate attack, good card to hit with Bait Doll. Mecha Jason always thought Joey was going to win this, and then I remembered, oh yeah, that's right, she has a Millennium item. She can see into the future. This is for Joey and Ishizu's duel. I'll expect she can see every card he has in his hand, but she can see what card he's going to draw in the future. Ishtar is cheating, or Ishizu is cheating. Yeah, possibly the Millennium items do give unfair powers in anime terms to the duelists. This is from Mecha Jason again as well. Joey and Bakura. Joey versus Bakura, I would normally say Joey would win, but unfortunately this is a spell and trap deck, and his brute force will not help him unless he has Time Wizard, Red Eyes, Black Dragon, and Baby Dragon all in his hand at once. Skulldog Maron, as a dog lover, it would break my heart actually. Still breaks my heart every time I read the text of the card. It's been waiting 1,000 years for its owner to return, and it's heartbreaking. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Futurama and Fry's dog. Fry went 1,000 years into the future, but his dog sat there outside of Panucci's Pizza and waited until the dog's life came to an end. And that was one of the most heart-wrenching scenes we are ever going to watch on an animated show. Like, if that doesn't bring tears to a person's eyes, then they're made out of stone. Yeah, that's what Skulldog Maron reminds me of. Fry's dog out of Futurama. And Mecha Jason, Arcana vs Weevil. All in caps, Arcana, if you lose to Weevil, I'm sending your wife to the graveyard, not the Shadow Realm. And Weevil, if you don't win, don't worry, I'll give your deck one hell of a tune-up. Yeah, Arcana and Weevil's decks, both very technical. They are fun decks to watch if they do draw their cards, like their best cards in a good order. They can have some very good matches. Derek Brown, 6175. I don't want to sound hyperbolic, but this was the greatest YouTube video of all time. This is for Bandit Keith and Joey. Derek Brown, thank you for the kind words. And yes, that duel was really, really good. That was the best for Duelist Kingdom so far. Possibly going to be the best duel of the season. By far, that Keith and Joey match was fantastic. Shout out to Jason Presland as well for commenting for the algorithm. But then, here's a good question. What Final Fantasy city, town, location, etc. would you most like to visit? Mine would be Kilika from Final Fantasy II. It was like fully decked out as an island. In the first Final Fantasy, it kind of got destroyed, but they rebuilt it in 10 Part 2. Wutai from Final Fantasy VII is really, really cool as well. Very spiritual. Looks like you could chill there and be quite happy. Jason said Gagazet, Mount Gagazet, or however it's spelt. Close enough. Will always be close to my heart just because of the way they say it. Gagazet. I know Gagazet might be a bit cold for me. Although Mount Gagazet in 10 Part 2, all the little secret areas and stuff that they added was pretty cool. As well, I've always had that question in my head. What Final Fantasy place would be best to live? As we have just seen polymerization played, so Beast King of the Swamps, or one of them at least, some strings. So Humanoid Wormdrake is going to be coming out. Rare Hunter Gaming 8689. Hey, for Yu-Gi-Oh! Nostalgia, have you ever played Dark Duel on the Game Boy Color? Similar to Forbidden Memories, the tribute rules, but the fusion was like in Forbidden Memories. I also like Kaiba more because of the anti-hero aspect. I've never heard of that game before, Dark Duel, on Game Boy Color. I did have a Game Boy Color, but literally the only games I ever had on Game Boy Color were Pokemon. And is this it? Are we going to see the first win for Strings? Well, he needs to win another one, but he does pick up a 1-0 lead in this one as Lumis and Umbra are beaten. So that was from Rare Hunter Gaming. The awesome 1989, when Yami Yugi destroyed Weevil on the top of the train with Breaker, was the best scene of the whole arc. That was hilarious. That's Yugi continuously drawing monster cards, even though Weevil's life points hit 0 like 4 attacks ago, and then Taya like runs in and it's like, Yugi, stop. Somewhere there is there's a parallel universe, and legend has it that Yugi is still drawing monster cards to this day. And Weevil is still being attacked. As we see, Slifer the Sky Dragon is in Strings' hand. So Strings is winning 1-0. There's Jam Breeding Machine, which is a terrible card. Don't play Jam Breeding Machine, not yet. Sam Wise 495. Funny enough, I actually tried that combo, but with Insect Barrier instead. I don't know if the Aerosol card existed back in 05. Okay, that's the in Weevil's deck. He's got a combo with Parasite Paraseed, which will turn every opponent monster to an insect. Insect Barrier will stop them from attacking you, and then you can use Eradicating Aerosol to destroy all their cards, or all their insect monsters, because Parasite Paraseed made them insects. I did look that up on Google. Eradicating Aerosol didn't become like an actual game card until like 2011 or something. That was the only earliest pack that I could find it in for a release. Eradicating Aerosol is not a new card though. It was in Forbidden Memories, and that came out in like 1998, 99, something like that. Waylon Hastings, that's a new name. Great job on the series, yo. Appreciate you, Waylon Hastings. The series has been a lot of fun to produce, and I'm glad so many people are enjoying it as well. Aaron van der Venter. That's Wrestling Talk. WWE and AEW are two different companies. AEW brings a lot of their talent from indies. WWE mainly makes their own. I've watched AEW a little bit. I don't like dislike it or anything. It's just it's a very different product to WWE as well. And I've been watching WWE for so long. I don't know. It's almost like AEW tend to focus more on having like really out there matches as well. Like they have some really brutal matches where like they do stuff you will not see in WWE. The Edge and Adam Copeland and Christian rivalry, that was really, really good as well. As we see Strings flip up Mother Grizzly and we go and attack that face down. No, it's gone for Melkid. Activating Mother Grizzly's effect then. Has he gone for a Revival Jam? Or maybe he just wants to look through his deck. Revival Jam's a good card though. 1500, a little bit stronger. You can get it back to the field if it's destroyed. The thing with AEW in Australia as well, it's such a pain in the ass to try to find it to actually watch it. All I can really watch of AEW are the highlights on YouTube, which I watch quite often. But AEW is like, it's only available on Foxtel, and I think you can probably get it on KO as well, but they're stupidly expensive. Foxtel is like cable TV, like cable back in the 90s and the 2000s for Americas. Yeah, Foxtel in Australia is like what cable TV is for America over there. And we all know what cable TV has become over in America. No one ever uses it. It's mainly older people who don't want to change. That is exactly the same with Foxtel over here. If you're from America, is that correct? Because I don't live in America, but I know cable TV is like, from what I hear, it's on its way out. Just because of how expensive it is. The awesome 1989 Breaker, the Magic Warrior, is triggering for Weevil. Yes, Arcana used it on him as well in that duel. Weevil can't escape. Aaron van der Venter, do you know who has the tiebreakers for each duelist with the same record? I don't, but I think what I'll do, at the end of the season, if there's players who are tied for first, they'll duke it out. They'll have a playoff for first place. Some from Rare Hunter Gaming as well, but that was on some Kingdom Hearts 2 videos that I did. I have played through Kingdom Hearts 2 recently as well. I love the Kingdom Hearts series. Nice. Do you try the Olymp Arena 100%? Eventually. Usually I grow to level 100 first and I do it, because I don't want it to be difficult. I had a few comments on my Pokemon one as well. Different audience, so. Bradlock, Dave Painkiller, CWCville Cop. If you watch the Yugioh ones, thank you for posting on the Pokemon ones as well. And I promise you, I am watching this duel and I am bored out of my mind. These two duelists suck, bro. Lumis and Umbra, I expected them to be a lot better than what they were. False Fun as well. They reply on my Pokemon videos all the time. And the last one which I can see is Amamiya Casual as well. One of my OGs. Bakura and Kaiba are my faves as well. Yeah, Bakura and Kaiba. Bakura is so delightfully evil. Kaiba just does not want to be the hero of the series, but gets that thrown upon him anyway. Okay, now I did mention earlier there is a Rebecca series coming up. I want to do the same with Duke Devlin, but I also want to build Jaden Yuki's deck in such a way that Jaden could be like a Duelist Kingdom protagonist. So obviously if I battle Duelist Kingdom with his GX deck, he'll destroy everything. But if I remodel his deck so he has like a Duelist Kingdom deck, it might be fun to see how well Jaden would in theory. Because a lot of his elemental heroes are normal types. And he's got some fusion, so if I took Fusion Gate out and gave him Polymerization, it could be fun. I do have a lot of ideas for series for Yu-Gi-Oh! As there's Sinister Surf. Oh, will Strings be able to get... He can summon Slifer. Oh, you gotta go for it. Give us something some sort of memorabilia for this duel. Unless, of course, Lumis and Umbra have anything with that face-down card. Otherwise, they have completely bricked. Lumis and Umbra are terrible for drawing brick hands. It's like, all their cards, all their mask cards and everything from their duel with Yugi and Kaiba are there. It's just that if they don't draw them, their deck, it just falls apart. And some people have said, should you duplicate cards? But I try to avoid duping in decks. Otherwise, the deck just kind of... It's just kind of lame if they keep playing the same card over and over. Well, that's how I feel about it anyway. We see Slifers at 3,000, so Lumis and Umbra are going to have to camp on defense as long as they can. But yeah, I would like to do Battle City versus GX, so do these Battle City decks that I've already made and put them up against the GX decks, or the early GX decks. The later ones might be a bit overpowered for them. And of course, an Archetype tournament, or as I've called it, the 1,000 deck tournament. That's probably going to be my big series. It's definitely not a 2024 project. That may struggle to make it to a 2025 project. But that's literally every deck that I can possibly make going up. So I'm legit when I say 1,000 decks in a tournament. It'll probably take about 6 years to produce. Maybe not that long. Well, each Duelist Kingdom and Battle City one is 120 duels each, so it's 240 duels in total. So to do a 1,000 deck tournament, it wouldn't be able to be a season, obviously, to be a knockout tournament, but it's 500 if there's 1,000 decks, and there's 2 people in each bracket, so that's 500 duels to start off with. So 500 would be eliminated, then it would be another 250, and we're going into the realm of math, and I want to see Rebecca's match. That's coming up after this one as well, as I think I mentioned that before. So yes, so Strings, amazingly, has picked up a 2-0 win over Lumis and Umbra, who are just performing terribly. So tomorrow on Duelist Kingdom, we will have Weevil going up against Mokuba. And let me just flip over to Battle City. Strings versus Lumis and Umbra. So Strings picks up the win. That's his first win. Lumis and Umbra are also on 1 win as well. So Strings and Lumis and Umbra are still tied for bottom. Marek and Bakura are up next tomorrow as well, which that's such an evil match. That should be good, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so yes, Rebecca is going to take on Weevil, and she is going to progress through Duelist Kingdom, and that's coming up after this as well. So I got a lot of requests for it, so yep, It's going to happen. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for leaving the comments as well, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Take care. Farewell.